The factory lines are cold. The age of buy and toss just died. Look at your hands. You're holding a useless paperweight. No one is coming to replace it. In the old world, you are a pampered consumer. Now, you're a scavenger with failing gear. Supply chains didn't just break, they evaporated. If your kit fails, you die. Survival isn't about who has the most ammo, it's about who can stop the rot. Welcome to the repair monopoly. The man with the glue is the king of the ruins. Your world is held together by invisible bonds. When those snap, everything falls. You used to toss broken gear into the trash. That luxury is gone. Now, a cracked fuel tank or a detached boot sole is a crisis. Most of you will stare at the damage and wait for a miracle. There are no miracles. There is only chemistry. You need to become a master of adhesives. Cyanoacrylate and two-part epoxy are your new tactical gods. First, your survival depends on speed. Cyanoacrylate is your field medic. If you have a deep laceration, stop screaming. Clean the debris, pull the skin tight, apply the glue. It seals the breach instantly. It keeps the rot out. For your footwear, it's the only way to stay dry. A flapping sole in the rain is an invitation to trench foot. Clean the surface, apply the liquid, hold it, fix it, or walk on stumps. For metal or heavy plastic, use epoxy. Mix the resin and hardener with precision. Apply it to the crack, clamp it hard. Wait, it needs time to fuse. The science is cold. Cyanoacrylate is a monomer that reacts with moisture. It creates a plastic mesh that bonds to your cells or your gear. It's an exothermic reaction. Epoxy relies on cross-linking. The molecules weave into a rigid grid. It doesn't just stick, it becomes the material. Master the bond or watch your world crumble. You think your tactical vest is armor. You're wrong. Your clothes are your primary defense against the environment. When the fabric fails, the cold enters. Thermal regulation doesn't ask for permission, it just fails. A small tear in your winter gear isn't a cosmetic issue, it's a thermal leak. If you can't stitch, you're a walking corpse in a nylon shroud. Gather heavy-duty needles and waxed synthetic thread. Forget cotton, it rots in the damp. You need material that resists moisture and tension. When a seam bursts, don't just tie it off, use a backstitch. It's the strongest manual bind. Overlap your stitches, pull them tight. Don't bunch the fabric. Reinforce high-stress areas like joints before they blow out. If a fastener pops, replace it with a toggle. It's more reliable in the field. Clothing works through the principle of dead airspace. Layers trap air warmed by your body. A hole creates a chimney effect. Warm air escapes, cold air rushes in. This is convection. Your body loses heat 20 times faster in moving air. Stitching seals the pocket. It maintains the thermal barrier. Thread is the only thing standing between your core temperature and the void. Fix your gear. Stay alive.
The skeletal integrity of your world depends on iron. Gravity is a patient killer. It never sleeps. Without fasteners, your fortress is just a pile of debris. In the chaos, the smart ones take the boxes of nails and buckets of screws. They know you cannot hold a perimeter with good intentions. You need mechanical bonds. You need the repair monopoly. Inventory your supplies now. You need galvanized fasteners. Plain steel is a death sentence in the damp. Moisture triggers oxidation. Rust expands and cracks the surrounding material. Then it turns to dust. Your gate falls. You are exposed. Stockpile varied lengths. 3-inch nails for framing, 1-inch screws for repairs. Store them in oil-coated rags to stop the rot before it starts. Master the mechanics of the bind. A nail relies on axial friction. When you drive it in, you displace wood fibers. They exert pressure on the shaft. That pressure is your bond. But wood is organic. It breathes, it swells and shrinks. Eventually, the nail loses its bite. This is withdrawal failure. For permanent structural loads, use screws. The helical thread converts rotational force into linear power. It creates a mechanical lock that defies vibration. It bites into the grain and refuses to let go. Combine this with high-tensile wire. It is your flexible secondary system. Use it to lash beams and reinforce joints. Wire handles the loads that fasteners cannot. It absorbs shock. It binds disparate materials. Without these tiny scraps of metal, you are a nomad in a crumbling world. Secure your foundation, lock down your gear, become the master of the bind. A dull blade is a liability. It's not just inefficient, it's a direct threat to your safety. You push harder, the blade slips, you lose a finger. In the collapse, that's a death sentence. Infection doesn't care about your excuses. Every tool in your kit is dying. Friction is the enemy. It rounds the edge, it kills the bite. You must become a master of the whetstone. Don't look for power tools. The grit is gone. You need manual precision. You need the repair monopoly. Maintain a constant angle, usually 20 degrees. Too steep and it won't cut. Too shallow and the edge rolls like foil. Use oil or water. It floats the metal slurry away. It prevents the pores of the stone from clogging. This is the science of abrasive wear. You are removing microscopic layers of steel. You are realigning the apex. A sharp edge is a concentrated force. It focuses all your energy into a microscopic point. It shears through fibers with minimal resistance. This saves your strength. It saves your life. Look at your axe. Look at your shovel. Are they blunt? Then you are a victim in waiting. A dull shovel won't break hard ground. A dull axe bounces off the wood. You sweat. You burn precious calories. You exhaust yourself before the real fight begins. Don't be that amateur. Keep your files clean. Protect your stones like they are made of gold. They are. Without an edge, you are a man with a heavy stick. Sharpen your world. Reclaim your utility. Maintain the edge. Realize the burr. Survive. Go.
Electricity is the blood of the old world. Without it, a city is just a cold tomb. You fear the current. You see a spark and you run. That is cowardice. The survivor is the one who reanimates the dead circuits. Copper is your new currency. Electrical tape is your second skin. The current does not forgive ignorance. It either gives light or turns you into charcoal. Become a master of the spark. Start by hunting for breaks. Resistance is your hidden enemy. Oxidized contacts kill a system more quietly than a bullet. Scrub every joint until it shines. No soldering flux? Twist the strands until they are bone tight. Use the principle of redundancy. A single thin thread will snap at the first surge. A bundle will withstand the blow. Insulation is not a luxury. It is the barrier between order and hell. Wrap every node as if your heart depends on it, because it does. The multimeter is your only eye in the dark. Without it, you are blind and doomed. Read voltage like sacred text. A voltage drop on the line is a hole in your defense. Look for insulation breakdown. Moisture is the conductor of death. A short circuit turns wiring into a glowing fuse. Fire in the walls is the end of the story. No wires? Gut the old machines. Burn the motor windings. That is pure copper. It waits for your will. Understand Ohm's law. It's not boring theory. It is a map of a minefield. Voltage, current, limit. Push too much power into a weak circuit and you get a fire instead of light. Learn to make fuses from trash. A thin copper hair is your safety valve. Better to burn the wire than your last working engine. Electricity is not magic. It is a flow you must dominate. Do not overload a single branch. Fragment your consumers. Turn on your brain before the switch. He who controls the current controls reality. Become the master of the pulse. Bring light back to this corpse of this world. Act. Water is life, but uncontrolled water is a wrecking ball. When the pumps fail, the pressure dies. When the pipes freeze, the infrastructure shatters. You need to master the flow. You need to manage the arteries of your stronghold. Plumbing isn't about comfort. It's about hygiene and thermal mass. A leak is a wound. A clogged drain is a biohazard. Learn the language of threads and seals. Teflon tape and pipe dope are your sealants against chaos. If you can't stop a drip, you are bleeding resources. Scavenge the basements. Rip out the PVC and the copper. Know the difference between a gravity-fed system and a pressurized one. If you want water at the tap, you need height or a pump. Build a water tower. Use the potential energy of gravity. It never runs out of batteries. Filtration is your shield. The world is toxic now. Pathogens thrive in the stagnant remains of the old grid. You need a multi-stage defense. Mechanical filtration for the grit, charcoal for the chemicals, boiling for the invisible killers. Never trust a clear stream. Clear just means you can see the bottom while you're dying of dysentery. Master the siphons. Use atmospheric pressure to move fluids without a single moving part. It's silent, it's reliable, it's physics working for you. Keep your gray water separate from your black water. One mistake here leads to an epidemic that will kill more people than any raid. Respect the pressure. A burst pipe in a cold winter is a death sentence for your structure. Drain the lines before the frost hits. Control the fluid. Secure the source. You are the plumber of the apocalypse. Keep the arteries open. Your structure is either a fortress or a coffin. There is no middle ground. Gravity is a silent, relentless predator. It never sleeps. It waits for the weak joint, the rusted bolt, and the hairline crack. In the old world, you hid behind safety codes and building inspectors. Now, you answer only to the laws of physics. They are far more brutal. Inspect your foundations daily. If the base shifts, the entire system is a corpse. Learn the power of triangulation. A square is an invitation to collapse. A triangle is a monument to stability. Use them to brace every corner of your life. Scavenge for high-grade fasteners like they are diamonds. Grade 8 bolts are your lifeline. Avoid the cheap, brittle hardware of the consumer era. It shears under the first real stress. If you can't bolt it, weld it. If you can't weld it, lash it with steel cable. But remember, a bad weld is just a decorative crack.
It offers the illusion of safety while preparing to fail. Load-bearing capacity is not a suggestion, it is a boundary. Calculate the weight of your equipment, your water, and your people, then triple the support. Vibration is the hidden assassin. It shakes rivets until they scream. It fatigues the metal until it snaps like glass. Use lock washers, use thread locker. If you have neither, peen the threads with a hammer. Make it permanent. Your existence is held together by the integrity of your assembly. One loose nut on a turbine, one sagging beam in a bunker, that is all the chaos needs to get in. The wind doesn't care about your intentions. The earth doesn't care about your exhaustion. Only the cold, hard structure remains. Build for the hurricane. Build for the siege. Secure the skeleton. Protect the core. Hold the line. Finish the job. The skeleton is set. Now, the final reckoning. The dust has settled. You are no longer a victim of the collapse. You are the architect of the aftermath. Look at what you've built. It's ugly, it's scarred, but it works. While the others were praying for a miracle, you were grinding steel. While they were waiting for help, you were patching the grid. This isn't about a return to normal. Normal is dead. This is about the new reality. You have the tools, you have the knowledge, you have the edge. Every spark, every drop of water, and every secured bolt is a victory against the void. You are the repair monopoly. You are the gatekeeper of utility. In a world of consumers, you have become a producer. In a world of entropy, you are the force of order. Don't stop. Maintenance is your new religion. If you get complacent, the rust wins. If you stop learning, you start dying. Stand tall, rebuild, rule. You are the survivor.